We have a lot of exciting programming coming up. Obviously, the numbers are dropping in virtual. You're seeing it right here, but I still think it's important. A lot of people are able to attend. They can't attend in person, and we have so much important content. So I love that we do record, edit, and post all of our sessions post-event onto our YouTube channel. So we have all of this available, and these startup stories are great. Abby, that we have shared with some VCs. Like, it's nice to have your deck and have this because it tells a different story, and it's short enough that you can, you can put the two together, and it gives a different kind of story about your startup. So if any of your friends or if any of you know startups that you recommend for the startup story, like, that's something I want to keep pushing. I think it's an important series that we'll keep up. And when we go back to, fully in person, in September, 4 to 7 is what we're shooting for. We're still going to have the sessions virtual because that is our new reality, and we don't want to exclude. We've expanded our community so much, we don't want to exclude them. So that's the latest news in Venture Cafe Providence land. And Shaheen's on from Venture Cafe Cambridge.
I wish I could come down to Providence today from 4 to 6, sunshine, boats, and nice people. So I'm definitely glad that some of you, at least on this call, get to do that. In Cambridge,
We should do
are
that in the future until you go back to in person. You should come do.
Just hop on down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our reality, as you said, so we can kind of be flexible on that front.
Yeah.
Maybe next week. That would be cool. Okay. Until then, thanks for calling me out here, Tuni. Hello, everyone. Today, I lead a similar session to what Tuni is doing here with our Cambridge community, and that starts at 1:30. And what I'm dropping into the chat right now is our calendar today, which hosts a bit of programming. I'm not sure if many of you know this, but there is the Venture Cafe. You can't see that, but there you go. So there is a book out there called The Venture Cafe, which is pretty damn cool. This is written by Teresa Esser, who graduated from MIT Sloan in the early 2000s. And she noticed a ton of activity in this area and how people would collaborate. And the name The Venture Cafe was actually inspired by this book. So we're interviewing her today. I'm the interviewee. I'm going to pull out my best.
You're the interviewer, right?
I'm the interviewer, right? So I'm going to pull out my best talk show host voice, and we're going to speak with Teresa Esser at 2 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, we have a program, 3 ways to build your maximum brand identity. And also at 4 o'clock, accounting basics for startups. So if you're trying to register with the town, get a federal ID, form an entity, this is what Scott McKenzie is going to be running us through at 4 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, interview with Teresa Esser. 3 o'clock, how to brand yourself, and then 4 o'clock, how to do your accounting. So we like to say we like to meet entrepreneurs where they're at, and right now they're everywhere. So if any of you are interested in hopping on at 1:30 to 4 o'clock, look forward to seeing you there.
I strongly recommend to Abby and Diana and any other entrepreneurs here, that 1:30 to 2 session is like this. Shaheen does a really good job of like calling people out, letting you share a little bit about your business or, your whatever you're working on. And then he'll say, how can we help you? So for you two in particular with your businesses, I think that's a great opportunity. And even if it's a small group like this, they're very engaged, and you never know in the Cambridge unicorn community who's going to be on there. So thank you, Shaheen.
Absolutely. And if I could just say one more thing, Tuni.
Sure.
The second link in the chat right now is for our Future of Work conference in partnership with CIC next week. Essentially, this conference is geared towards office managers and employers to navigate what the future of work is going to look like. So we've got consultants and experts in this field who are going to be able to talk about how remote work management, and then also making sure that the people you hired maybe in May 2020 feel included into your office culture as we're embracing this next phase of work. So if you want to learn how to get more action items on that, that's what we're going to be talking. And then also from the employee side, how do you have this conversation? Oftentimes, if you want to ask for a raise, it's an uncomfortable conversation. So if you want to ask for flexibility, it's the same exact concept. You want to know how to approach that to build trust into the entire process. And we'll be covering that as well. So
There's a
that's the link
great
to register.
article in the Globe today. It came through Dan McGowan, who is here in our Rhode Island Globe office, and puts out the roadmap. Any of you guys that aren't signed up to the roadmap, it's like my favorite thing to check out every morning. And then I clicked on, I forget the name of the article one of his colleagues wrote, but it's really good. I've been living in the future of work from my, I started the Hive 9 years ago and Innovate Newport, and here it's like this is like what I'm so excited that the rest of the world is catching up to kind of what I always envisioned and what we're living in. But so I'm reading all these articles on the future of work, and it's like, well, Rebecca's here. We've got it right here. We've had it since before the pandemic. We are the future of work. But did you read that article in the Globe today, Rebecca? I thought it was really good.
I'm so glad you mentioned it, Tuni. I did not see it. Our colleagues, as I think Shaheen alluded to last week, up in Boston and Cambridge are participating in that broader conversation next week, but I did not see the Globe's rendition of the future of work. I saw one that they wrote maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago that became a little bit of gospel in our corporate office because of the notion that collaboration and in person cannot be substituted. So depending on the frequency and the substance of those interactions, and you can calibrate those based on your office culture and the nature of your work, that there is no replacement for those sort of intentional and expected interactions in the workplace. And in fact, we have a large prospective team that is testing out our space today, which is so exciting and a true testament to the flexibility that more traditional office users are looking for in this future of work that Tuni mentioned we are living.
Yeah, we're totally. What else is going on at CIC besides the really cool third floor terrace?
The really cool third floor terrace definitely bears mentioning. Thank you, Tuni. Yeah, we're really excited about that. And today is a gorgeous day for it and an even better day to come to Venture Cafe immediately after, which I'm hopeful most of our clients will be doing. We have a few internal to our community events that are coming up to showcase some of our clients who are either participants in broader industry clusters like offshore wind, or who are doing really interesting things like a client who is actually a really distinguished kosher certifier. And he's starting to introduce some of his kosher certified foods into our client community. So next week, we'll be having a breakfast courtesy of Lighthouse Kosher that features Rebel bagels that I know the client community is very excited about. And we are doing our best to keep up with tour volume and to continue to engage our clients in new ways because they are so eager to convene in person these days.
Yeah, it's been really exciting here. If any of you or anyone you know is interested in a tour, we're giving tours of our space and handing off to Rebecca's team to give tours and vice versa. It's really exciting to be working in this space right now. I feel like I'm very grateful every day that we come into the space. So thank you, Rebecca, for being on and bringing all the cool stuff to us, your clients. Taste the Rainbow, yeah.
Likewise.
That's the second time I've heard about these Skittles. Dan McGowan, right? Didn't he post something about Skittles? He tweeted it.
Tuni, the third floor is almost gone. I just saw it. There will be some restocking. I think our team bought 30 pounds of Skittles for the month of June, and we are woefully depleted. So get in here or I'll pull some aside for you.
I'm not a Skittles fan. I do like the Cabot cheese in the second floor.
That's a CIC lunch. That's what we call that in combination with crackers.
If I forget my food, I'm like, I had Jordan go grab me some cheese the other day in a big bar.
That is what it's there for. We've got to keep our team fueled.
Totally awesome. And there's someone here that it isn't normally on. Amanda, welcome to Cultivating Innovation.
Hi.
Amanda, you're with the Rhode Island Black Business Association, and you have a lot going on right now. I'm seeing you, well, RIBBA. Do you call it RIBBA? Is that how you?
RIBBA. Yeah.
So yeah, I see all the tweets and social posts and get the emails and everything. So what is going on and how can we help spread some of the word?
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. I think this has been a really, really big year for RIBBA. I think that, we've had like a national reckoning. I think the support that we've seen, the investment in minority businesses is like just been tremendous. I think COVID has really opened a lot of people's eyes to some of the things that we've been working on over the last 10 years. We're celebrating 10 years. So yeah, so this has been a huge year of growth for us. And, we've added team members. I'm new this year. And so we're doing much more, which is really exciting. So for those of you who don't know RIBBA, we're the Rhode Island Black Business Association. And so our vision is to create a more equitable business environment in Rhode Island. So we do that in a lot of different ways, from like access to capital, to workshops and trainings, to business mentorship, to we actually have a free business services program. So lots and lots and lots of things. We like to be as holistic as possible, as one thing's not right for everyone, right? So, but yeah, we actually have a great workshop coming up a week from today. So that is the leveraging LinkedIn for career building, networking, and job search. And that's taking place on Thursday, June 17th from 6 to 7:30. And that is being presented by Sabrina Woods, who is I'm saying holistic again, but she's a holistic career coach. And so we know that LinkedIn has become probably like 50% more important than it was before with COVID. I am on LinkedIn constantly. I think I have it open all the time now, whereas before I used it, but not in the same way. And so this workshop was really inspired by our community advisory board of young adults who are like now navigating the workforce in a completely new way that no one prepared them for. And so like none of them had LinkedIn, none of them were set up. And so as everyone's graduating, we thought, what a great time to have this workshop that would really work for our young adults, but also I need this, we can all make our LinkedIn profiles more effective. I mean, we used to have this network of people in Rhode Island, but now we're getting like, national, international speakers. We're able to connect on such a large level. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. And so how can we use LinkedIn how can we leverage it to really maximize our effectiveness of getting informational interviews and like hopefully landing jobs? So we're very excited. The presenter is incredibly interactive, and I've seen some of her workshops before, and they're definitely really highly engaging. So we're very excited.
Awesome. Make sure to drop that link in the chat.
I will.
So, so we can share it. That is fantastic. And Monica, hi.
Hi. Good to see
It would be
you.
neat to see Tech Collective partner with the Rhode Island Black Business Association on some programming.
Yes.
As a board member, just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we're on it. We've got some good little connections begun, and I know Amanda pretty well, so our paths have collided. But we're looking forward. It just went live right before this call came on. Putting together a program on blockchain. What is it? It'll be brought to us by Keno Mullings, and it will be live in person at District Hall. So we're working with Ocean. They're going to provide some coffee and treats for us as well as support. So I will put that into the chat.
And that is June 30th at 10 a.m. in our space. We're going to have a great conversation. We've had a ton of new people working out of our lounge, Monica. So awesome. I don't know if you all know this, but so we're the front of the house in this beautiful 0.225 building at 225 Dyer Street. So we have 2 public lounges that are free and open to the public where people can come work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And then we rent out our meeting rooms and event space. And those windows, Rebecca, I know not everyone loves them, but it's been great because not you, but someone else. But it's been so great because we're getting a lot of feedback that people think this is a Brown building. Brown is in the building. So it's brought all kinds of new people. But Monica, we had this awesome couple here that I said, what is your business? What are you working on? They're investing with cryptocurrency. And they've gone like way down the rabbit hole and they're super excited. So you can imagine that Jordan connected with them and they had I couldn't break them apart. They had this great conversation. But when I was telling them about that program, they were super excited. And they actually should be here tonight for our in-person 4 to 6. And we've mentioned it to a few other people that are really excited about that. We'll share that with you, Rebecca, and post information around CIC too, because that should be a good coffee networking. with like a presentation. So Keno Mullings, who's amazing, will be doing a presentation, and then there'll be networking. So that'll be great on June 30th.
Yeah, good.
Anything else going on?
Yeah, we've got some good, just, you know, presentations, freebies next week. There's enabling remote work with Microsoft. So if that's where you are, Microsoft, they're presenting, Micro Ingram will be presenting on that June 15th at 11. And then we have Todd Knapp from Envision, who's also on our board, but fascinating, really knows his stuff. He's doing the application of data analytics where the data source is not available. So a little bit of how Power BI and data analytics can work together.
What's
So
Power BI for people in the audience that might not know that?
Power BI, a tool from the Microsoft grouping that can really help you gather. I'm sure there's someone on this call who will explain
So
it.
BI
much
means
better
business
than I.
intelligence, so, right? So that's what I
Right.
was going for.
Yeah.
Todd is so amazing. He's such an engaging. I love to be in board meetings and committee meetings with him because he's very engaging.
Right, and he's super knowledgeable, and this is the stuff that drives him. This is like, you know, he'll come to a meeting and he's like, oh, I was thinking about this at 3 a.m. and he's so excited about it. So it's a great way to learn some new information. And as I said, it's a free event. It's great to come to. We have some intense trainings coming up for those of you who might be into cybersecurity. There's certified ethical hacker coming up this fall. There's some professional development. Tim Hebert is going to be doing some short trainings for us this summer, like a 90-minute or 290 minutes. And there's a diversity and inclusion scholarship that is available for women and members of the BIPOC community that might want to take that training. That maybe you're a small business or you're a one-person business without a training budget. Please, you know, check out that site and fill out your application. It's not an intense thing, but we'd love to have you be part of those trainings. So
If you want to post about that and tag Amy and I, we're happy to, I'm speaking for Amy, but I'm happy to share it.
Sure.
I do think that's fantastic. So thank you, Monica.
Shall do. Thank you.
I don't think enough people locally know that Tech Collective has all this continued education, which is great to, continue to upskill your workforce, whether you're a small business, a medium business, or a large business. We have members of all different sizes in that organization. So thank you for all you do. You work really hard, Monica, and I appreciate you.